Discovering purpose isn't about a single epiphany. It's about consistent choices. Imagine a life that started with dust in a small community where poverty wasn't just a condition, but it was an atmosphere. Despite my humble beginning, I was able to take steps that led me well onto my very purpose. Every challenge soon became teachers, and every season became a lesson. From hawking goods on the streets of Lagos under the hot Scottish sun to eventually finding my voice in society as a teacher, a coach, and a mentor, my journey is a testament to the fact that every child has a purpose. My life proves that discovering purpose isn't about knowing everything, but about taking one faithful step at a time towards who you were created to become. And maybe you've asked yourself these questions. How do I find my purpose? Or what's the reason for existing? Or can purpose actually be discovered? Or is it something only few people are lucky to find or you have? Or perhaps what actionable step or steps do I need to take? Or can whatever it is that I'm doing towards finding purpose really matter? Well, I'm here to give answers to those questions. In this video, I'll share 7 proven ways to uncover your unique purpose, drawing lessons from the lives of Denzel Washington to the unknown teacher touching lives in a village in India. By the end, you will have a clear framework to discover who you really are. The first choice: live life fully. Purpose cannot be discovered in avoidance or in just a routine, going around circle or as though you're walking on a treadmill. Research shows that exposure to new experiences enhances clarity and, of course, our decision-making ability. And many people live in their comfort zone, never truly facing the challenges that shape character. True purpose reveals itself to those who actually engage, interact with life, step into life fully. Embrace joy, embrace pain, embrace growth. Purpose is found in active involvement and participation. Choice 2. Accept your life as it really is. Studies on resilience show that acceptance of past and present circumstances correlates strongly with the life satisfaction and, of course, the eventual clarity of our goals. Antoine Fisher transformed a painful childhood into a story that inspired millions of people. Jane Dominic Barbie, who was paralyzed except for one eye, he then wrote The Divine Bell and the Butterfly, turning limitations into impact. Accept transforms both pain and privilege into platforms for purpose. Refuse denial and embrace stewardship. And I've said this over and over again, that most times in your pain lies your purpose. And one of the very clear clues to finding purpose is what has been your pain. Choice 3. Observe your environment. Purpose often shows up at the intersection of human needs and individual empathy. And I clearly showed this when I wrote my first book, The Nigerian Dream, Find Your Voice. Observation is extremely critical. Clara Barton didn't envision the Red Cross in isolation. She noticed wounded soldiers being neglected during the Civil War and then acted. Purpose is rarely revealed in isolation. Watch the world around you. Where do people struggle the most? What resonates with your past? That's a cue. Get started. And choice 4. Follow your strongest empathy per season. Neuroscience shows that repeated emotional response guides attention and decision making. The problem that move you the most are actually the key indicators leading you and guiding you towards your purpose. You may see poverty, injustice, or sickness, but one issue will consistently steer your heart among everything you see. That is your compass right there. Empathy directs your focus to where your purpose lies. The causes you feel most strongly about are where your contribution is needed the most, not what others are doing, what your mates or your counterparts are saying, but actually, among all the things you see, which one of them resonates the most? Which one of them is calling you? That's where purpose lies. Choice 5. Explore and experiment. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times. Well, before inventing the well-known and popular light bulb we now have today. Each failure clarified what worked for him and, of course, what didn't. Purpose is discovered in motion, not in stillness. Trying multiple paths gives you enough space to refine and redefine your understanding. And your choice 6, serve with people-centered impact. Data from social psychology shows that acts of service increase meaning and life satisfaction. Purpose is actually inherently outward facing and certainly in all circumstances not inner facing. Jonas Salk refused to patent the polio vaccine, prioritizing lives over his personal gain and profit. Malala Yousafzai risked her life so that girls could learn. Purpose flows through you and not to you. That's crystal clear. Focus on how you can lift, empower, or solve others' needs. Purpose is realized when it's impactful on others meaningfully than self-gratification or profits. And choice 7, use fulfillment as your litmus test. Research distinguishes between pleasure, happiness, and fulfillment. Fulfillment uniquely correlates with the purpose-driven living. Jesus focused on just 12 men, yet their influence transformed billions of lives. True purpose is measured in depth, not actually in numbers. If your work leaves you deeply satisfied and convinced that your impact matters to others, you are aligned with your purpose. As I bring this to a close, discovering purpose isn't about a single epiphany. It's about consistent choices, living fully, accepting your life, observing your environment, following empathy, exploring, serving others, testing, going through the litmus test over and over again. These steps will create the condition where purpose emerges by itself and naturally. If you want to go further, watch my other videos on purpose and live a life that is planned by design.